So I'm going to talk to you today about the big 8 pension mistakes and how to avoid them. So can you really afford not to invest in a pension? Well, in my opinion, the simple answer is no. Unless, of course, you have significant other wealth or expect to inherit a large sum of money. But I'm not sure you'd want to rely on an inheritance to do that, though. If your parents end up needing costly nursing care or have inheritance tax issues, you may suddenly see your future plans not quite work out as you'd hoped for. So if you're thinking about your retirement, and these are the most common mistakes that we have come across in the last 30 years. So number one, the biggest mistake is, of course, not investing in a pension at all. Basic rate pension from the state is around £155 a week. Whether you're single or married, this equates to an annual income of way less than £10,000 a year, which for most people will be extremely challenging to live on. It doesn't help either that the state pension age is increasingly being increased beyond the age of 65, so you'll have to work even longer before you receive it. Number two mistake is don't delay. Start saving into a pension as soon as you possibly can. There are only 3 factors that determine how big your pension fund will be when you retire: how much you invest, how much it grows by, and how long it's invested for. In simple terms, the sooner you start, the easier it will be to build up a big enough pension fund. A delay of just 10 years before you start investing in a pension can have a massive impact on the overall value of your pension by the time you get to retirement. Remember, it's the early money invested that will grow the most, not the last contribution that you invest. I often hear people say to me, "I've left it too late, it's not worth starting a pension now." And in many ways, they're sort of right. So don't delay, start now. Some experts say people should be investing about half their age as a percentage of their income. So if you start when you're 20, you should be investing 10% of your income each year into a pension. But if you leave it till 40, you need to be investing at least 20% of your income into a pension each year. So number 3, never opt out of your company pension scheme. It's free money. If you opt out of your company pension, the chances are you could miss out on a great deal of money, possibly thousands of pounds. Most companies match employee contributions, so if you don't join your company pension scheme, you're effectively saying no to free money. Number 4, your home is not your pension. Controversial, I know, but your home is for living in. The biggest problem with your home being your pension is this: it doesn't give you an income unless you sell it. Can you be sure you can sell it for what you'd like? And property by its very nature is illiquid. If anything, your home is a liability. It just keeps costing you money one way or the other. Additionally, this strategy is a one-trick pony. It's all your eggs in one basket. If you're investing in a pension, investing in one fund would be seen as similarly risky. So number 5, don't be too cautious when you're too young. Newbie investors are understandably nervous about investing. After all, by definition, they're likely to be inexperienced, and it's only natural to be cautious when you're inexperienced. But don't be. When you're young, risk is your friend, but not forever. If the market is volatile, you may be tempted to lose your nerve and withdraw your investments, but that's not a good idea. At these times, each month's investment contribution will be buying more shares than if the market rose continuously. So long as the long-term value of the shares rises, you will be better off. Investing in more conservative funds over the long term can leave you worse off than taking some element of risk in the early years. As you get closer to retirement, this is when you should consider becoming more cautious, or as I like to put it, putting your pajamas on. So number 6, never invest by default. The problem is this: too many people just allow their investments to be looked after by nobody. But this is a huge mistake. If you're a member of a company pension, the chances are they have a default fund. But is this the right investment for you? Is it the best fund? So keeping focused on your investments is more important than ever. It's no surprise that those that understand what's happening with their investments generally do a lot better than those that have no idea what's going on. So number 7, stand firm in the face of adversity. So what do I mean by that? Don't lose your nerve when the stock market falls. That's a fact. As you read this, we are either, or as you listen to this, we are either in the middle of a volatile market or one in its making. That is just how markets and economies work. Many investors get nervous and stall out of the market or sell their investments. To be honest, I used to get this all the time with my clients, but not so much these days. They've become more financially aware since starting to work with them. Some investors deal with falls and decide to stop contributing to the pension in case the value of the funds they're investing in falls even further. But this is the last thing you should do, unless of course you're about to take the money out to spend it. When the value falls, you're buying more cheaper shares. But be brave and the sun will shine on you. The reward is when the recovery comes and the markets go back up. And number 8, never fire and forget. I meet people all the time that never review their investments, never review their pensions. Often is the case, they don't even know who their pensions are with, and sometimes it's difficult for them to find the paperwork. And the problem with forgetting about your pension is this: if it's going wrong, you wouldn't know. If you knew it was not working properly, you could do something about it. So the action call for you is this: what is the next step in getting your retirement plans in good order? Or to put it a better way, what's the next step to make sure you're going to have loads of fun when you retire, going on loads of holidays, spending time with your family and working and getting on with sorting out that golf handicap? My advice is to get a good financial advisor to work with you and review your current situation. Always consult an expert when making decisions about financial matters. So my name is Martin Dodd and I look forward to talking to you in my next video. See you on the other side.